Wade
and Wade
reacts.
We're back once again with another Ahsoka review. We're going to talk about episode 6. We're going to tell you the good, the bad, and our nitpicks. What good did you find in this episode?
Even though there was no action, well, there was action, but even though there wasn't lots of action like episode 4, it was just as exciting and just as easily kept my attention from beginning to end. The story kept on rolling, didn't drag in any scene or sequence. It kept you interested. Then, they didn't wait to reveal Grand Admiral Thrawn, and they didn't wait episodes upon episodes to reveal to us Ezra Bridger.
No, they didn't.
They didn't make us wait for anything. They gave it to us in this episode, and it was satisfactory as a Star Wars fan.
Yeah, last week I said that I was done with Star Wars if they kept on dangling food over the hungry kids, if they kept doing that to us. But this week they reeled me back in because, like you said, they did not wait to introduce Grand Admiral Thrawn or Ezra Bridger. Mm-hmm. And I was happy to see that Ezra Bridger translated well from the animated cartoon to the live action.
Yeah.
The same thing with Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Yeah. The actors that played Ezra Bridger and Grand Admiral Thrawn embodied the characters perfectly. I haven't seen the Clone Wars, but I have seen episodes from it. Didn't watch the entire seasons, but I've seen episodes from it enough to know how the characters are supposed to behave and act, and they captured the characters perfectly.
Yeah, the Clone Wars and Rebels is two good animated shows, so if you haven't seen those, go ahead and check those out. It gives you some insight into Ahsoka. So what's as far as the bad? Did you find any bad in this episode?
I didn't really find anything bad.
Yeah, me either. This episode is better than episode 5. I like this one way better. Episode 5 seemed like it was kind of slow, and the flashbacks ain't do nothing for me.
Exactly, the flashbacks didn't do anything, and it just dragged. It was like, to me, a meaningless episode. It probably could pass as a filler episode.
Mm-hmm. And as far as nitpick goes, did you have any nitpicks with this episode?
It took Baylan and Shin super long to catch up to Sabine Wren.
Yeah.
She got to her destination quickly. Baylan and Shin Hati were tracking her footsteps, and it seemed like it was taking them too long. I understand why it was, because the episode wouldn't have worked if they caught up to them. But it took them a pretty good while to even get to that midway point of Sabine Wren's journey.
They even watched her take off.
Yeah.
So they could have easily caught up with her. As far as my nitpicks, maybe it was the reveal of Ezra Bridger was a little bit underwhelming. I don't think, because how bad she wanted to get to that universe.
Yeah.
Like, man, if I ain't seen somebody a long time ago and I'm willing to give up that map, I ain't even give no time to talk. I'm already give him a hug. I'm going to run up on him.
And the actor that plays
Sabine
didn't have enough energy.
Nah.
When she finally met the person that she, like you said, was willing to give up a map in order to see. She didn't show enough enthusiasm, enough passion for the person that she longed to see for a decade.
Yeah, and another thing too about this episode, it's a nitpick. It wasn't enough Ahsoka. I want to see Ahsoka more in the episode.
I don't think, did we saw her once, right?
Yeah, in the beginning.
That's it.
But I know they're gonna have her in the last 2, but I would have liked to see her.
Because they can't forget, even though this episode was supposed to focus on a different story or a different part of the plot, it's still Ahsoka. Yeah. So you got to give us some Ahsoka, because that is really what we came to see.
Yeah, and I would say overall this is a good episode. Like I said, I enjoyed this better than 5.
Yeah.
They added a lot of new stuff. They brought some things back. I enjoyed seeing the Night Sisters in live action. That was beautiful. Thrawn, this introduction was just like the way the soldiers stormtroopers had stood around him and how he was marching to get over there to him. That was beautiful. So I'll give this episode it's watchable. Go ahead and go watch this episode if you're a big fan of Star Wars.
Yeah, you would enjoy it.
So that's been our review of Ahsoka episode 6. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace. And we out of here.